Alright guys, Jacob from Wagerly This, and I guess something a little different than normal today. Me and Fives, it's what he goes by on the YouTube comments and everything. Most of you probably know who I'm talking about. We've been talking about dice control and stuff, and how being able to roll sevens in a consistent manner is just as good as being able to roll not sevens and stuff, and maybe even better in some ways. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to set a don't point and then roll a 7 after it. And so one of the things we've talked about is waiting a certain number of rolls afterwards, but we're going to just try it first. So I'm going to use my set 1 3 1 5 first and try not to roll a 7, and then I'm going to move to the all 7 set, which if you roll on axis should get you a 7 a good majority of the time. All right, so 5 4 9 5 4 9. Okay, so we have a 9. So I'm just going to start with the $100. All right, so I'm going to move to the all 7 set, the 6 1 4 3. Probably the wrong one to do. Probably 6 1 5 4. I don't know, that puts a 9 on axis also. I mean 6 1 5 2, my bad. So there shouldn't be any 9s on axis there. Alright, so here we go. And we have a 6 5 yo. Okay, so if you can't do this within 6 rolls, then it's really not worth it, because you can randomly roll a 7 within 6 rolls on a good average. So if you can't do it this way, then it's not really worth it. So let's see if we can do it. 5 2. All right, so it took 3 rolls. If you could do that consistently, that one took 3 rolls. If you could do that consistently, we're going to go up $25. And I do have some other things around this. Like, now you'd have to be at the table by yourself to do this effectively. All right, here we go. Hard 8. Okay, so now he was talking about doing hot bets and a hot bet progression, and I'll get to that in a later video. But right now, I think I'm just going to do it this way. So 6 1 4 3 I feel like is the best one to do this, because it should eliminate any 8 that's on axis. So you'll have to go all the way off axis to get an 8. There's the hard 10. Okay, so that's 2 rolls. So you'd have to be able to average a a 7 within 6 rolls to make this better than just the natural pure probability of the 7. To make this better than just throwing the dice down the table. All right, ace, ace. So the first time we did it in 3 rolls. So essentially this time we could actually go all the way to 9 rolls, but we would like to not. We would like to keep beating the average. Oh, that was a 2, not a 3. 6 5 yo. Okay. The one thing is, I do think our set itself that we're using is keeping us away from the 8. I do think that part is working. The 4 3 and the 6 1, it has to go sideways to roll 8s. So that's a good thing. Hard 4. Okay, so we should be at the natural average right here, the 6th roll here. All right, here we go. And there's the 6 1. All right, so it stayed right on cue. If you can do that, it's definitely worth it. So that's the sixth roll. All right, so we didn't beat probability there, but we did win. Okay, add a quarter to it. All right, 1, 3, 1, 5. See if we can get through another come out. And we got the 5. Okay, so we have to think about this for a second. So obviously it's the 6, 1 and the 5, 2, because you don't want the 4, 1 to be able to show up. Okay, that should have no 5s in it. All right, here we go. And the 4, 1 pops right up. So I made a bad roll there. That means both dice went sideways for me to get that. All right, so we're up 75 after our first 3 rolls. So that was 2 rolls there before 7. So we're just going to replace it. We got to get a point first. There's the 9. Okay. Should be 5, 2, 6, 1. Yep, 6, 1, 5, 2. Okay, here we go. And there's the 7. Exactly on target, 6, 1. That was our top number. This is the 4th roll. We're gonna get what we lost back. Alright, next shot, 1, 3, 1, 5, here we go. Oh, there's a 2, 1, 3, that's a bonus. We'll add 2 chips to it at a time. Alright, 1, 3, 1, 5. Oh, there's the 6, 1. We got the 6, 1 out of our set. We're not supposed to, I mean, it's supposed to come sometimes. All right, so we'll start this over. You're supposed to get that 6, 1 sometimes. We'll go back down to 100. 1, 3, 1, 5. And not hedging out the yo. And then we weren't even thinking about it. We'll go to 150. That was the 11. Probably a good idea to hedge out the yo if you're going to try to play like this, because you're going to roll it every now and then. Uh-oh. There's the 7. Must not be staying right. All right, so let's go to 200. Okay, maybe we'll get us a good one here. That's a good roll. Hard 8. I'm not really sure why the one before it wasn't a good roll. It must have bounced up and hit a rubber or something. All right, 6, 1, 4, 3. Nope, that puts a 9. 6, 1, 5, 2. Okay. Here we go. There's the 6, 5, 1. Not sure if we had a 7 right before this. So 5, 2, 6, 1. Same thing. Here we go. There's the 6 again, and they jumped sideways. So that was not a controlled roll of any kind. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Six, 3. The one thing is we aren't rolling the 8, and that's a good thing, because we're trying not to roll the 8. There's the hard 6 again. Okay, so we need a 7 here to be on average. There's the 11. I think that, yeah, that was almost an 8. Okay, so this one, we're missing the average, but that's okay, because the other ones we were definitely beating the average. And so, of course, you know, they're going to have a couple times where you don't ever throw an on-axis throw, and you're not hitting where you're supposed to hit. Like that was not a good throw there. This is actually far more precision than just trying to not roll a 7. Trying to directly roll a 7, it takes far more precision. All right, there's a 10. I really thought I was going to get that one there, but didn't. Oops, 10. That one looked actually really good, I thought. I'm getting that close to that 5-2. And we got the 6-2, so we got knocked off there. Dang. So, let's see. Let's finish it up, put all this on there. 1, 3, 1, 5. See if we can't get our money back. We're way past the average here. There's the 9, 5, 4. So, I'm wondering, let's move to this. Even though there's a 9 in it, I'm going to try the 4-3 version. 3, 1, 4. Okay. There's the 10. So this roll is definitely lending to the randomness theory, that all the rolls are actually just random. It's just we get the perception that we're doing something with the dice, because I'm sure some of these rolls have been on axis and I still haven't rolled a 7. Well, the other ones I was rolling were definitely rolling 7s, and it seemed like I was creating them, or at least partially. Maybe not fully, but at least I was giving it a better chance. Where either my mechanics have got bad, or it's not as possible as I might want to believe. Here we go. And there's the 6 one. So that one took probably, I don't know, 12 rolls, maybe, almost even 10 at least. And so I know that's 100. So 225, 325. So we still came out ahead there in the end. But I think that's mainly just because we were playing basically like a martingale version of the 7 in a way. At least not necessarily a martingale, but a progressive version. So, I don't know. All right, let's try, swap out the dice. Let's try to wait 3 rolls, and then we're going to make a lay bet. All right. So we're going to wait 3 rolls. If we see 3 rolls without a 7, we're then going to lay a bet. All right, 1, 3, 1, 5. All right, looking for 3 rolls without a 7. So again, you wouldn't be shooting these dice. So that is going to hinder whatever. So I'm basically, that's roll number 1. I'm just going to kind of random roll these. All right, there's roll number 2. So let's mark them 9 and 4. Roll number 2. Then we're going to try to put lay bet out there. Oh, we only got to 3 rolls before the 7. Okay, so we'll try it again. So again, in this part of this, in this version of this, we're just waiting 3 rolls. There's a 7 again. All right, we're just waiting the 3 rolls to try to beat the probability a little bit. All right, there's 6, 4, 10. All right, this is the things that me and Fives have been talking about. All right, we did talk about them with hot bets, but the hot bets are expensive if you miss 7 times in a row. All right, so I actually think that playing a don't or playing a lay is a much better version of it. Okay, so there's a 3rd roll without a 7. All right, so we're going to make a $100. There's 2 10s, so we're going to make a $100 lay 10 bet. And every roll after this, we're going to go up $50 if we don't roll a 7. All right, there's a 6. We're going to add $50 every roll because we should be getting closer probability-wise to the 7. And we have a 7, 4, 3. Okay, so it took 5 rolls, 5 total rolls, and it's going to pay $75. I'm not worried about the vig. Worry about the vig later. All right, so let's see next round. We're waiting on 3 rolls before a 7. There's the 10, 6, 4. Hard 4. Okay. Is this an exciting way to play? No, it's a very boring way to play. But it's also a very safe way to play. All right. When you're laying this bet out here, all right, let's lay 150. When you're laying this bet, you're gaining the advantage probability, and you've already seen a couple rolls. So from like a theoretical probability standpoint or an adjusted probability where you've seen 3 rolls and the 7 should be closer, you know, you're gaining a bunch of advantages by doing this. Right, and there's the 8. Now this roll could also turn around and go for 40 rolls, and then you're sitting there with a lay bet not making no money on it. So I mean, this is definitely a strategy that you'd use situationally if you were going to do something similar to this. Because this guy's almost hit the small. And then he did just hit the small. Whoever this is would have just hit the small. So you have, oh, I was supposed to be adding, how many, those 3 more, right? 200, 225. I know it's not even, but I'll make it even. I'm just adding a quarter each time. And there's the 9. Oops. So he said all the box numbers. Our lay bet's up to 200. And there's the 10 point made. Okay, so if I saw that, I'm probably going to take my risk over to here and bump it up 25 again. All right, here we go. And there's the 7. Okay, so it took a lot of rolls this time, but still, because you have a huge advantage, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total rolls. because you have a huge probability advantage, it worked out for you. So 275, we'll say it's like 274. So it's 100, 125, and 12, 162. No, 125 plus 12 is what it is. Sorry guys, I'll make them even from here on out. Okay, so far so good on this version of this. All right, so we'll go up to 300 on our lay this time. We're waiting on 3 rolls without a 7. Okay, so there's 1 roll. Guess we should have had that lay out there, huh? There's an 11, so that counts. 1. 2. It's a 10. And the 3rd roll is a 6. Okay. And you could use any numbers you want. It doesn't really matter actually, because you're waiting the 3rd roll. So, like for example, let's use the 6 this time. Okay, so 250. What we're gonna make 250 if we hit this. All right, this is more risky. You don't have as big of a probability advantage, but you could use these numbers. You're getting a better payout. There's the 4. There's the 10. So the 4 or the 10 wouldn't have been good. And there's the 6 wasn't good either. 4, 2, 6. Okay, and so, I mean, that's a little bit of being overly aggressive, even though you would have also lost on the 4 and 10. Right? So you'd have to play this though. You'd have to be able to be willing. So this is 450. We're going to go to 450 on the 4. You'd have to be willing to bump your bets up like this, because otherwise you just lost everything you made on one bet. So you'd have to be willing to progress like this. And there's the 3. And do I think this is a good strategy? I don't think it's a bad strategy. I think it is a situational thing more than anything. There's the 12. So the 8 for the tall. So I think more than anything, it's the situational idea that you're gaining an advantage by waiting out a few rolls before you put some kind of 7 winner bet out there. And I do think it makes sense. It absolutely does from a math standpoint. There's the 7. Another pretty good roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 again. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 450. All right, so it's 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Of course, you'd have to play a big there. Not too worried about the big. But we would have won all our money back. So this one seems far more likely to be consistent than trying to shoot a 7. Unless you're just really good at that. Unless you're just really, really practiced at shooting 7s and you think you can manufacture that. I don't think I can. It looked like I did it a few times, and then a couple times I got my butt kicked. So in my opinion, it's easier to try to dice control your dice into the box numbers. That's what I try to do. I'm just like, okay, I just need to start fitting most of my rolls into this box. That's what I do when I aim for dice control. I don't necessarily hope that I get less sevens. That doesn't matter to me as much as I want all my numbers to fall within here, which the 7 is also in there, you know. I don't want a bunch of horn numbers, but I tend to get them. So again, I don't know. But anyways, this is Jacob from Wedge Me This, and this is something me and Fives have been talking about. I want to make a video about it and put it out there. He sent me this thing about a progressive from the hops. Multiple times here I would have lost all my money. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's good from the hops. I do think it's good from the lay or from the dough. I think you could make money at it. I mean, obviously we did make money here. So we were on our Hail Mary on our last play a few times, but we still ended up ahead a couple $100. So is it good or bad? I need more practice. I need to see more of it. I need to try more tweaking, more fine tuning. But yeah, I do think it has validity. I think it could be a very good tool. Like if you're saying, okay, I'm going to wait 3 rolls and then play the 7. Well, it's on all the random shooters at the table, and then on my shot, I'm going to play from the light side. I definitely think that could work. In fact, maybe I'll make a video about that. Anyways, this is Jacob from Wedge Me This, and you guys have a good day.